If you play a song by your favorite artist and then you hop back over and listen to your own mix, the difference in quality is usually pretty obvious, but the reasons why can be a lot harder to figure out. So I want to show you a plugin that you can use to reveal the answer without doing any of the mixing for you. So there's no AI moving knobs for you or anything like that. It's just helpful information for you to make faster and better mixing decisions that actually stack up to what you listen to. Let's jump in. So this is Tonal Balance Control 3 by iZotope. And the idea behind this plugin is that they've analyzed thousands and thousands of tracks in a ton of different genres to develop these sort of sonic curves that you can generally aim for with your mixes. So you can see this kind of tube going through the screen, and that represents the maximum and minimum values that you sort of generally want to aim for depending on the source material. Anything above this range is maybe going to be a little bit too loud, and anything below is maybe a little too quiet in relation to the rest of, the pro songs in that genre. And when you play your mix back, you can see where your mix lands in relation to those, which really helps you figure out the areas that are going to need some attention. So if we go up to the top here and we change our genre target here to something else, say classic rock or maybe hip hop, of course, that's going to change what kind of window we have for each portion of the spectrum. And the great thing too is that you're not limited to this list of genres that they have. You can actually add your own folders from your computer, and it will automatically analyze everything inside of that folder. So this can be great for, when you have something that's in between genres, a more specific reference, or maybe even you want to make things sound similar in your own album. And one really cool thing about the references too is that you can actually blend between your references and the genre as a whole. Okay, so if we select this as our reference and we hit save, and then we go to this middle icon that's been revealed here, and we click blend with target, we can actually blend it with one of the original genres. So if I select, let's say, house here, we can blend it in different proportions based on whatever it is that we're trying to do here. So you do like 50% of your reference and then 50% of the genre as a whole to get something that's a little bit more nuanced. So let's look at an example here. Let's say we were working in the house genre and we were mixing something like this. There's a couple of things to notice here. In this part of the song, the bass is just right at the maximum level and the higher end is just at the minimum level. So maybe that's something that we want to address. The first way is we could just focus on the instruments that are taking up the low end. So that would be the bass in this case. So we could turn the bass down a little bit to reduce that level in relation to our curve here, right? So if I play this again, and we go up to our bass sound and we turn it down. Now you can see that it's lowered its level in relation to the maximum of our particular curve. That doesn't mean that we necessarily have to do that, but it's definitely something that we can consider. The other thing is maybe we want to boost up the high end a little bit, and in particular, some of the stuff that's happening with the drums, right? So if I play this again, you can see that stuff right above 10K is definitely on the lower side here. And if I hold Alt, we can kind of hear exactly some of that material. So it's going to be generally the drums and the hi-hats and, a couple other things. So maybe what we want to do in this case is we just add a little bit of a shelf to our drums. So you can see here, I went to my drum bus and there already is one, but we can just increase it a little bit more here and maybe increase the point at which it starts. So somewhere a little bit higher like this, and then take a look at what's happening with our spectrum here. So that's a great way to take a look at your mix and really narrow down which of the instruments you should be paying closer attention to in terms of the balance. Now, wouldn't it be great though if we could add in EQ straight from this plugin? Well, we can. So if we play this one more time here, and we're just looking at this high end here, we can double click here, add in a point, and let's change this from bell to, let's do high shelf here. How about analog? That sounds pretty good to me. And we can just increase this. And you can see it's now reflected in the values of our current mix in relation to our reference. And, of course, I'm being pretty extreme here, but maybe that's exactly what this particular mix needed. And the sort of sonic curve that we get makes this much easier to make decisions like that. By the way, I really like this default view that we're looking at here because it gives us, a sort of readout of audio in the way that we're used to seeing it as music producers. But there are a couple of other really helpful views that you can look at that will give you interesting information about your mix. So if you go up to the top here and you go to this middle button, what this does is it's giving you a slightly different view of this information, where this middle line is actually following the exact curve of our guide. What it's telling us is that anywhere it deviates above or below this line means that our mix, which is represented by this white line, is louder or quieter than our reference. And so this is a nice way to get a different look at, somewhere between like 100 and 500, we're a little bit above, and then maybe like around 1K we're below. So those are general areas that we might want to look at for our mix. That is pretty helpful to see with this particular way of showing the data. Now we can go up to the top here and go to this third button, and this gives us an even broader sort of forest view of our mix. And it just focuses on the 4 different bands: low, mid, and high. And it's showing us the reflection of the energy in our mix in comparison to our reference values. So this is a really quick way that you can look and see, oh, maybe I need to adjust the high mids, or maybe I need to adjust some of the highs or whatever, and then go back to our mix real quick and turn down some of the things that are contributing to, that sonic characteristic of our mix. There is one more special area inside of this plugin that you might miss if you weren't looking closely. So if you go down to the bottom and you click this extra meters, this gives you a few more measurements that are really helpful in the mixing process. So for example, this vocal balance meter right here tells you how tucked or how up front your vocals are given the genre that you're working in. Okay, so you can change your genre and it will change where the vocal balance should sit generally. And there's a pretty big margin there, so it's not like it has to be exact. So you can see here that these vocals are really tucked behind everything else. Another great one is this dynamics meter, which basically tells you how compressed your mix is in relation to your genre. And that's one that can really sneak up on you. Okay, so if I play this, we can see exactly how compressed our mix is. And then also we have this stereo width meter on the right that tells us how mono compatible our mix is. And so this is also telling us that we could increase the influence of some more stereo elements inside of our mix and make it sound a little bit wider, which is an awesome thing to know. And remember, it's important for me to point out here that we're not sitting here mixing with our eyeballs and following the line on the graph. We're just using this objective information to help us make more effective decisions in the mixing and mastering process, which is already difficult as is. It's really easy for our ears to be tired, our rooms to be untreated, our speakers to be biased, but that's why we want to make use of these objective measurements to help us out. So as always, happy music making, happy mixing, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Peace.